Hey, fellow riblets, it's me, Tom from Target Prime Rib. I hope you guys weren't too worried about me being a couple 1 minute late. um, I'm doing pretty well. I'm in pretty good spirits. I got to work today, and right now I'm just pouring myself some seltzer so that I can like wet the whistle, so to speak. All right. So, how's everybody doing? I see we got Terry, Sue, in the chats. Granny Boo 2, Bacon Baby, and of course, Sandy. How are we doing, everybody? Just seeing if I didn't miss anybody. Cool. Okay. Carnivore Whisper. Hey, Lisa. I still love that name. It's like it's almost like Amy's Amy Haas, the carnivore created in secret. And Amy, hello. Hope everybody's doing good today. Uh, Already got 9 people in the chats. I have my phone opened up, um, with everything. Not that it makes it any better for me, but yes, it's Red Shirt Friday today, which is why I have the shirt on. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be wearing my uniform, which is like a quick check polo shirt. Uh, when I do my lives, so I grabbed the shirt I could find, and this was it. But yeah, you're right. Actually, today is Red Shirt Friday. Um, I don't know if anybody knows what red shirt stands for, but RED stands for Return Everyone Deployed. We actually got that information from an SPG colleague, Damon. So everything is going pretty well today. I actually did work. I felt a little bit better from yesterday. It was just my arm was really, really hurting me, and the doctor thought maybe it might have been stress. uh, which is kind of weird for a primary doctor to kind of put that into words, I guess. But um, yeah, yeah. Okay, Sandy, that's pretty cool. Thank them for their service and everything. I wouldn't doubt, and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I wouldn't doubt if everybody here has at least one family member that either served is serving right now, um, or they're serving themselves. Um, Yeah, well, it was the back until up to the arm and everything. Lexi, how you doing? How you're going to be starting work soon, so I'm guessing you're pretty excited about that. I mean, right now the pain has subsided. My sugar is down to one. It was a little high. It's been a little bit higher, so I had to go back to doing the insulin. Unfortunately, things like that happen sometimes. Uh, you know, at least I know how to regulate. If it gets too low, then I know not to take it. I know all that fun stuff. Um, even the doctor was like, "Well, you seem to have it under control." So now the good thing with the doctor is, in their eyes, my cholesterol was a little high. The total cholesterol was 117. She said that they wanted around 70 or under. Um, so obviously they'd be suggesting this, but she listened to me, and she agreed that doing a fuller test, not just a basic test, but doing a fuller test for the next time I go in, would be more warranted. And she knows the diet I'm on, and she wants to monitor the full blood work. So she's being a lot more careful. I am doing fine, but I'm just curious, Lexi. what happened that it didn't work? And hi, Smoothie. I mean, is it something that's easily correctable, or is it kind of a headache? Or if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine too. Just curious. So, not, but there's going to be some changes in my itinerary, which there always is. But I, even though I've been having pain and everything like that, I think I am ready to take things to another level when it comes to working. So uh, I actually am. I need to call. Hopefully, I can do it after after the podcast or live or whatever you want to call it. I am going to be doing a program called the Ticket to Work program, and that allows me, if it works the way I think it is, I got to get a representative first. But if it works the way I think it is, and actually I'll ask about that in 1 second, Sandy. But if I oh, I'm sorry about that, Lexus. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sometimes it's just the inconvenience, of it all. All right, so yeah, actually, you know what? I'll talk about that in 1 second. Um, what if anybody can tell me? I wasn't there for Mitch's thing, so you don't have to get the exact. Is Mitch okay? I just want to verify that first. Well, while I'm waiting for that answer, so I it's called the Ticket to Work program and allows me for 9 months to work as many hours as I want without actually losing my benefits. It's sort of like to bring me back into the fold and to allow me to go over the 16 hours without being penalized for, and then after 9 months, if I'm still working those extra hours, then then my benefits dwindle and they go away, and I go into working a regular job, just like every other human being that's not a retired age. Um, at least I know there are a lot of people on disability, and I get that. But you also, you know, you don't want to be relying on the government forever. So, so I'm like slowly getting back into the fold. I think, may I say why? Yeah, you could, if you're talking about Mitch, yeah, you could definitely say why, Sandy. I mean, I hope he didn't get mad at me. Did he? If I did anything to upset Mitch, I apologize. Oh, someone said something that um, was not appropriate. Is that what I'm getting, Smoothie? Hello, DS11 or DS111. Sorry about that. And and Gary No Slow is here, aka Booby Biscuits. Oh, DS11 isn't here. Okay. Um, so I guess he's the one that upset him. Said he was going to stop. Okay. I don't. really see why that would have been something that needed to be said. Hello, Rick. How we doing? You're here finally. Okay, well, better late than never. I didn't really consider you late, but okay. I have people that are like when I'm like on for like over 2 hours and they come on like 5 seconds before. So, well, that's not a bad mess. Bacon and eggs, Terry Sue. Someone said they were not donated to Coffee Fund because Mitch bought a $1,700. Did I mean I don't know how to respond to that. I mean that's Mitch's prerogative, right? So I mean it is an expensive cell phone. I'm not going to deny that, um, but that's his prerogative. So who are we to say anything to him about that? I don't think so. I mean, he probably was kidding, but sometimes I mean, we all see that you gotta be careful. Sometimes the jokes can go a little far. Um, sometimes like even if I make a joke, I don't mean to offend anybody, but sometimes if I do, then my hope is that that one says right away that they were offended by the joke. Just keep it simple, and I will apologize for it, and hopefully end it right there. Um, yeah, no, he makes a lot of jokes. It's just his humor. And yes, big and baby, people can be sensitive. Including me, I can be sensitive. You know, I would have had to been there to really know and really to have a full opinion. I'm sure Mitch will be fine. He's made of stronger stuff. Yeah, yeah. On Sunday, he'll probably. So to go back to mine, so the Ticket to Work program, and so I can work as many hours as I want. So what I want to do is once I can get that confirmed, then instead of working 4 days at 4 hours, I want to see if I can work 5 days and bring it from 16 to 20, which will bring me over, and then add another hour to each day. Bring it from 20 to 25, and then another hour, and just keep on going until I can eventually work the 40 hours. And then once I can work over the 40 hours, then I should be okay to work full time. Now, what does that mean for us? If I'm working a full time schedule, well, it's going to change what I can do with these. Not really with the live streams. I think what's going to really, Sandy, you're fine. Um, you know, I don't. The only reason I said Sunday, Rick, is because he doesn't do his lives when you have your lives. So he's made that quite clear. So I don't think he's going to go live with you being live. So I don't think it'll be sooner, unless he just does a quick video explaining it or something like that. That's one thing that he might do. I don't know. No, you're like I said, Sandy. You're good. You're very good. But no, so I can build up slowly. I still right now. Hey Lash, how you doing? I'm still kind of on that. What you call it? I still want to take it easy, and they haven't really been giving me the hours that the 16 hours. So I haven't really built up to that fully. They give it to me, but then I got sick and stuff like that. So I think once I can do a full 16 hours, then that's going to be different. But if I've started the Tick to Work program, that might include with it. Um, but 9 months is a long time, and as I'm healing even more and even more, uh, well, you get it. Oh, you have to. Oh, okay. So Kilt was at 3 a.m. for you. All right. So I didn't know you were on Kilts today. I'm sorry about that, Lash. I have to still watch it. Um, oh, is it just you and Alia, Lash? I guess so. If Kilt and Nelson are going to one of the meetups. Oh, okay. Well, I'll still make sure I watch it when you know, yeah. Okay. Well, that's still pretty cool, though, right, Lash? I don't wouldn't mind being interviewed by Alia. Okay, really, Rick? Great duck action? Okay. Cool. Like I said, I'll watch the replay. Right now, my blood sugars are at that doesn't tell me. Right now, my blood sugars are at 98. So it's fair to let you guys know that it's a pretty good number. The duck fight was cool. Okay. Yes, I like it. It was actually good before. Thank you, Lexus. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Bacon Baby. They got away there, Rick. Thank you, Bacon Baby. I appreciate that. It looks like it's starting to grow in a little bit. Hey, Lewis, how we doing? So what I actually think is going to suffer from me working more hours is the memberships. Me doing the Zoom calls. I probably won't be able to do them as much. But I think I can go around these lives, and I think I could still do a video or two here and there. Still go for my walks, stuff like that. I just have to kind of make it part of my routine, so to speak. Thank you, Aunt B. I appreciate that. It's always good to start doing whatever you want to do. Oh, going to be doing your own lives. That's cool. Make sure that we watch that. Make sure that you put a notification on for Lash, so then when it comes on, we can all go and root him on. Joanne T, how we doing? Beefy 707, how we doing? And everybody, don't forget to tune into my channel on Tuesday the 29th at 5 p.m., where Lash will actually be telling his story on my channel. So, we all need to support each other and tell our stories on as many platforms as we can. If you want to, Lash, if you want to put so everybody here can tune in. If you want to put down what time um, you're doing your live and like what time zone, so then we can kind of do the math. I I saw that. I saw when you were talking to Carrie the other day. I saw that message. Obviously, I was there, so I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I think we're all looking forward to you. Um, you know, I'm glad I'm giving you the 2 hours, and if you need more, then we can go more. Um, Believe it or not, I am working on the 29th, but I'm working from like 6 to 10 in the morning. So I think we can do. And we got a few new people actually that's coming on. I have to look at my calendar, but to know the exact days. But I will be interviewing Terry. Okay, I don't know what her last name is, but her name's Terry. But her channel name is My Terrorific Life. It's spelled Terri, capital letters, and FIC for her name. So I think you know exactly who I'm talking about. Very very nice lady. I saw her on Kilts. Probably been on other things too, but Kilts is that shoots in my head. And of course Rockin' Keto Amy, and then I got a couple other people that you know that they're not confirmed, so I don't really want to say who they are until I confirm them. You know. But oh, and I'm in the works of getting Renee Shove in Carnivore Learning to Walk. So those are the people I have so far, plus the people I've already mentioned to you. So it's going to be a pretty good few months. I'm looking forward to it, and Lash is going to finish off July. So hmm. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I always say that sometimes you eat the bear and sometimes the bear eats you. So today, I'm eating the bear a lot more today. So thank you for that. It's pretty hot here. I'm assuming it's pretty hot everywhere, but it's without the humidity, it's about 90 degrees, and then humidity is probably bringing it up even more. And Amy is saying hello to Lewis, Lash, and Rick. Ooh, I hope Milton doesn't take it all on you. Yeah, I have food here. I have the burgers mostly, but I'm not getting paid my food budget until what you call it, until the second. So I still have another week to go, but I have enough food to last me. Yeah, if I have to live on the burgers, I have to live on the burgers. That sounds good. Was it you, Amy, that was asking about if we've ever had duck skins or something like that? I never have, but did you have them, and how they taste? How they come out? We'll see you, Lash. Now, just to let you know, I'm not going to be doing a live tomorrow because of Rick's live being on. I don't want to take away from Rick, and unless I have to, but this I don't have to, so I'm not taking away from Rick here. And on Sunday, because Mitch has his live, and now that we found out Lash is having his live, there's too many lives going on, so I don't want to interfere with that either. So I'm not in competition with anybody here. I'm just doing my live. That's all. So and I kind of find it a little redundant to do one on Monday, but if I do, Monday would be the one I might do one on Monday. But since I'm doing a minimum 2 hour Lash, and he mentioned he's doing such a big story, um, probably just wait until Tuesday and we go from there. All right. So we're still going to be on right now. I'm not going yet. I just wanted to give you that announcement that my next live would most likely be the one on the 29th. So, but time flies. Okay. So Rick's going to see you next time, Lash. And yes, I do know it was automatic correction with the with the printing. Oh yeah, Rick would know. That makes sense. So, are we in for any treats or anything like that, Rick, for tomorrow? Any new developments? Oh God, am I thirsty? Um, you're live tomorrow at 7 p.m. and you conflict with what, Bob? Semi-retired Bob? Oh, with the work schedule and everything, Lexus. Hey Don, how we doing? I mean, that's what you know. I mean, that's it's sort of happening to me too. You know, as work gets increased, my passions have to decrease a little bit. So, but the good thing about the lives is I can kind of control a little bit on how we do them and everything like that. If I have to lessen some of them, but these interviews are pretty important. So they're already set, they're already done. So we just figure out a way. If I rearrange some of them, then that's fine. But whatever we have to do. Right now, I go one live. They're all pre-done. My latest is most likely going to be the 7th of October. All right. So I am getting a phone call by a private number. I have no idea who it is, and I'm not going to answer it because it could be any. It could be anything, and that's what voicemails are for, right? Well, you do know, Alexis, that with Rick, you could maybe still make it. Anything is possible. What was the longest live we've ever done, Rick? Okay, so now I'm at 90. Every time I try to, oh, now I'm at 92. So it's going in the right direction. It's going good. You guys are keeping me calm, keep my sugars from spiking. That's yeah, it's not easy to accommodate everybody, Amy. That's for sure. 9.5 hours. Oh, Terry Sue's correcting you. 9 hours and 45 minutes. So, with that being said, Lexi, I think it's possible you could catch the last part of his live. With no bathroom breaks. But Milton doesn't take over, so you can use the bathroom? I don't know about that cat, you know? Isn't he there to help you out? Yeah, no, I think you're right, Terry. So I think last time, if I'm not mistaken, Rick, correct us if we're wrong. I think you did stop last time because Erin was going on to her live, and I have no idea if she's doing a live this Saturday again. Millen helps you decide when the live is over, right? All right, so let's see. All right, so that was. Sorry about that. That I just wanted to listen to the voicemail really quickly. That was the guy that I'm going to have to talk to about the Take the Work program. So once we're done here, I am going to give him a call. He's giving me a direct number to call, so I just save the message, and I can start the process and start doing. Now, I'm still going to have to get my mind and my body into it, but once I get that process, I can then talk to my boss and tell him that this is what's going on, that I'm starting this program, and that we're not going to be, and we can start the process and everything like that. I'm not ready to work 40 hours yet, but if we go over the 16, it's not as big of a deal. So if we want to do 20 a week, we can do 20, we can do 25, and just start the process slowly. Um, and slowly indicate. So I can tell them that, for right now, we can do 4 hours, 5 days instead of, and just do 5 days all across the board. Because I'm going to eventually have to do that anyway. Um, you know, because I can't give up my benefits before I know I can work a full shift. So it's a process. It's a process. And the only reason why I'm being like this is because the last time I would do full shift, I would have to then quit and go through the whole red tape again. This way, I'm making sure that I'm ready. I'm 100% ready, 110% ready, 2,000% ready. Okay. So let me just see if I missed anything while going on there. Oh, it's not grabbing. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I don't make any money yet either, but I don't have enough subscribers to really make any money, so I'm not there yet. But even if I was there, from what I'm gathering from you guys, I doubt that I'd be making that much anyway if what you guys say is true, and I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, even Mitch said that he really doesn't make that much money monetization, and he has a lot more than we do. At least I think he does. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Amy. But I'm sure you know, we'll do what we can to get you to do more. So if anybody here is not subscribed to Amy, subscribe to Rock and Keto Amy, and but I'm guessing most of everybody here subscribe to you now, Amy. But if anybody knows anybody, promote her. That's all you can do is just have fun with what you're doing and hope and pray that you know. We love you hanging out with us too, Amy. You're definitely one of my favorite riblets. Of course, everybody's my favorite riblet. So I'm going to put in the chats. I wasn't sure if I was going to or not, but let me put in if anybody wants to come on, just say hello. No obligation. I'm not going to go too much into that, just in case people are getting bored of hearing my voice, or only my voice, I should say. All right. So I just put the link in if you guys want to say hello or whatever. Of course, Amy. And I gotta say, the picture you sent me, what a big transformation. No, it's, I mean, I can't wait to hear your story when you come on. And we all know that next week, um, after Lash's interview, the following week is our favorite Booby Biscuits, Gary No Slow. I don't know if that's true. I think everybody's story is pretty important there, Keto Amy. Yeah, there's a lot of us, definitely. I didn't even see that there. Oh, okay. You discover something all the time. Sometimes you need a camera to see things. See, you guys got a new subscriber there, Amy. I'm glad I was able to help in some way. I actually met Don in Boston, and Don's a pretty cool guy. It's pretty cool, Sandy. I mean, not cool that you had swollen feet and ankles, but that's cool that on the second day it was gone. That's pretty impressive, actually. Not everybody's that lucky to have such a quick turnaround. But carnivore works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? You know, who could funk it that you basically just eating the proper human diet, eating meat, and getting back into nutrients that we were denying ourselves would actually help us. Who ever thought that? Like right over our heads, you know. Hey, Ellen, how you doing? I'm doing pretty well. I always do a little bit better when I talk to you guys. So it always makes me feel happy. Um, but Ellen, you keep on driving and you stay safe, okay? And Sandy, if you ever want to come on and tell your story, you're more than welcome. And that goes for all of you. It's you know. And I'm actually thinking about slowing down on like I still want people to come on. I want this to go on for quite a while, but maybe just slow down on just if you want to email me, that's great. Anytime. We'll set a schedule. But I'm actually good for until October. Okay, just as long as I know you're there, saying Ellen, that's all that matters. Whenever you're ready, Sandy. We have, like I said, I don't have any openings until October anyway. So when you're ready, then we can set it up. And that goes for not just Sandy. It goes for anybody that wants to come on and just chew the fat with me and just tell your story. Don, you're more than welcome. Okay. If you guys like, just say, yeah, I would like that. I can put inside the chats um, my email address, and you guys just copy it down. And then when you feel ready, just email me that you're interested. Make sure you just put your name because your email might be different than what your name is or even your channel. And just from there, and then we can set up a date. And I'll tell you what possible dates we have. I would always go to the closest dates, like the earliest, and then we go from there. All right. So I'm going to put that in the chats. Actually, I'm not even going to ask. I'm going to put that in the chats, and I just suggest that you. Um, all right. And I'm actually going to see if we can do something. We can do a little trick here. All right. Unless it gives me a hard time. All right, there we go. And all right, I just pinned it to the top, so that way it doesn't move. If anybody wants to send me a quick email, then we can set the date up. The next date, um, I'm sort of like in the works with working with somebody for the 7th of October, so it would be the week after that. So most of the time, I'm trying to do them for Tuesdays, but at 2 o'clock my time, Eastern time. However, um, and I'll get to that 1 second, Ellen. Um, Eastern time. But I have made some arrangements around. For example, for Russ and Amy, their working schedule made it impossible for them to do the Tuesdays, so they're off on Saturdays. So they're still doing the 2 o'clock, but they're going to be on the following Saturday instead of that Tuesday. Lash, for example, and there's a couple others, couldn't do the 2 o'clock because where they live. So they're doing my time 5 p.m. on the Tuesday. So as you can see, there are some adjustments that, due to different things. But most of them I do try to make for 2 o'clock on Tuesday. I don't know what happened with Carrie. I don't know what happened there. So, okay. So the appointment went well. She was a little concerned about my cholesterol. What a shocker. She said that they wanted it, like right now it's at 117, and they want it like below 70. But she didn't like force. I think for two reasons. One, I don't think she just was that kind of personality, and two, she knew I already approached her about what happened with the last doctor, being a little too aggressive with trying to get me to take a statin, and she agreed with that. But she also agreed that the tests weren't really that conclusive, and she for the next test in September, they're doing a full workup panel on me, liver, everything on me, and even a fasting insulin, which is like pulling teeth to get them to do that. But they're going to do the full workup and all that fun stuff. So, which is good because now I don't have to pay for the separate tests to have it done. Um, but it went well. It went well. Yeah, I know. But she actually, she knows I'm a carnivore, and I think what's getting her not to really criticize it too much is she is. I mean, like she wasn't my last doctor, but she was the doctor before that. So she had in her notes that at the time I was 8. I thought it was 8.9, but she had in the records I was 8.5. So maybe my memory is just not that great. My five is still pretty high. Um, so seeing that I'm 6.2 and that I've had to lower my blood work and my insulin and all that stuff, um, like yes, I went in there with a pain in my shoulder blade and pain in my back, but I'm still a lot better than I was. I mean, I think she can tell that, hey, and the last time she saw me was in January. I was still not walking very well. I was walking okay, but I wasn't walking, like I'm a lot better now. So that being said, she saw. I think she actually saw improvement. So I think she wants to see how far it goes. Like she might be a doctor that actually believes in carnivore, but wants to be able to prove the benefits of carnivore. Kind of that like working behind the line, so to speak. But you're absolutely right. And I reminded her. I said, well, with what I eat, cholesterol is going to be the one thing that's not going to be going lower. And she goes, yeah, I realize that. And I didn't hold any punches with her. I didn't hold back and say, no, I eat some, because before I would like kind of be like, well, I occasionally eat vegetables. I still do with my family and everything like that makes them so they don't get all upset or anything like that with me. And I do occasionally eat vegetables. If occasionally means every few months, then yeah, you know. Now it might be more often if you because sometimes I do put hot sauce on my eggs, or when I go to the pizza place and get the roast beef and fresh mozzarella, sometimes I'll put hot sauce on that. Um, you know, so if that's an indication of eating, I mean, because hot sauce is a vegetable, if that counts as eating carbs and eating vegetables, then that's how it is. But I think I'm pretty much carnivore. Ah, here's no slow, or is it booby biscuits? Can you hear me? I'm not really hearing no slow.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, pretty
Can you hear
good.
me?
You scared me for a second there. I thought maybe you didn't hear me or something. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Is it
So,
on?
yeah, how are things going?
After I connected.
Uh, oh, all right. So he's going to. I'm sure he's going to come back. Yes, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that, Alan. Now I hope you're not typing and driving at the same time. That I'm just saying. I want to make sure that you're safe. Well, if obviously, yeah. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Cross your fingers, everybody. All right. Can you hear me?
Eh, I can hear you. I
Okay.
switched
I
my
can hear
phone
you.
over.
What was that?
I switched my phone over to cellular for better
Oh, okay.
connection.
Okay. So, how are
So
we doing?
doing good.
That's
How
good.
about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good spirits, so that's all that counts, right?
That's good. That's
That's
great.
good. Yeah.
I'm uh I'm doing well. I've been cutting out caffeine and some cream and the amount of coffee, and I'm starting to pick up a pound every day or so. I mean, dropping a pound.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to pick up the pound if you can help it, but yeah, I get you. Unless you
Right.
need to gain
And
weight, then that's a different story. But I don't think we have to really.
yeah, and just haven't been hungry. I guess because really hot out. Usually not that hungry. So I mean, I'm getting by like maybe one burger patty or two a day,
Oh, really?
and that's
That's
it.
all you're eating is just one burger patty a day, like one or two a day.
For the past couple days,
Just
I
haven't
was
been
I
hungry.
was gonna I was gonna fast, but then
Oh,
I
okay.
realized I had some eggs and a little bit of cheese that was open that I had to get rid of. So like yesterday, I made the egg wrap cheese quesadilla, and I had some quail eggs that I had, which to me are pointless. They're so small, they're so hard to open, and it tastes exactly like an egg, regular egg.
Right.
So I'm just gonna stick with regular eggs. But
Yeah, might
anyways,
as
I
well
put the
probably. I mean, I don't know how much quail eggs are, but I would assume that they're pretty expensive
yeah,
considering.
they were expensive. I thought I'd try it just to say I did, and they got
Give
like
it
a
a
really
sniff.
thick membrane for its size. So when you
Oh,
crack it, it doesn't break through the membrane.
mm,
That's what makes it hard. So I'm like chopping it with a big butcher knife to see if I can clean crack. It's just not worth the effort
right. No, I agree with
for
that.
the little amount of egg you get out of it. I mean, they were like
Yeah, they're only like
only that
these
big.
little bitty eggs. Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I ate that yesterday, so I figured, well, I just ate a lot of egg and cheese. I'll have two frozen burger patties to balance out the day, and
Yeah,
then
I've just had today. I had so far because it's about 1 o'clock now. I just had four burger patties with some butter, and I actually cooked it in. I have lamb fat that I actually from the big lamb breast I made. I took it and strained it and made
right.
some lamb fat. So I've been kind of chopping it up and putting that in with my hamburger meat, and then
Have you ever tried duck fat, Thomas?
not yet. I probably will get duck first in order to do that. I haven't had duck in a long time, so I
Well,
haven't really
well,
done that.
before I even went on carnivore, and I was cooking steaks a lot. I mean, for the past I started around October carnivore, but like the 2 years prior to that, my son was on a huge steak kick, and so we had, and that's when we could get on sale for $6.99 a pound for ribeyes and 7.99. So I had stocked up a freezer. I had so many, and then I had so many frozen. I realized like some are getting like 2 years old. So we started really cooking them and trying them all different ways and stuff. And I found the spray duck fat on Amazon, and that's great for spraying it before you go on a hot grill.
Right.
Because it flares up the flames, the duck
Oh,
oil,
okay.
and you can really sear the. I mean, get that fat nice and seared. So it's
Yeah, I'll have to try
delicious.
that. I'll have to try that definitely. I mean, obviously, I'm looking to try. Like, I actually in my refrigerator too. I have bison tallow, um, rather than beef tallow. Because long story on well, not really long story, but basically was trying to get the beef tallow off of Emma Mann's website. She had some in there, but they were out of it. So while that was happening, I'm like, I still want to get tallow, and so the only thing they had on Amazon was bison tallow. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try the bison tallow. You know,
Right.
so
I haven't tried beef tallow yet. I've been meaning to go to. I got to North Carolina State Farmers Market It's like less than 15 minutes from my house in Raleigh. And it's a huge compound, and there are a lot of local farmers there. And I wanted to go there and see if I can pick up beef tallow or beef fat trimmings or
Yeah.
chicken skins or any of that good stuff. Pure, unadulterated heavy cream. Um,
So yeah, I
one
mean,
thing interesting I found.
originally I didn't do anything. I just did like let it cook in its own juices, basically. But as time went on, I started adding stuff to it. Because the burgers I eat are 73/27, so they
Right,
have plenty of fat in them already. But and I actually add butter when I do like Papa Carnivore. I add the cold butter with practically every bite of the burger that I eat. So I have
right.
a lot of fat at this point.
I've experimented with cooking the steak in butter a la Gordon Ramsay style. If you look up a video on him, how to cook the perfect steak,
Right.
he like keeps basting it in butter. Um, and my son, he didn't think it was anything special. He preferred the duck fat on the grill rather than searing it in the pan and basting it with butter.
I would like the duck. I think I'd like doing the duck fat. That's definitely something I'm going to be doing at some point. Like I was trying to do lion diet, so duck. I don't think the duck would actually work with the lion diet, but yeah, definitely at
I mean,
some
even
point.
if you spritz it, I mean, on Amazon, I don't know if they still sell it anymore. They had it. There was this one brand is in an aerosol can,
Okay.
so you could spray it on nice and thin if you wanted to.
Okay.
Then they
I mean,
discontinued it
either
for a
way,
while.
I think it would definitely work out. No matter how I did it, whether I did like a clump of it or a spray, I think it would definitely work
Uh,
out. Um, but it definitely sounds
but
fun. Matter of fact, I definitely want to try what Amy's doing, the duck skin. That put that in the air fryer and crisp it up. That sounds really good. I love chicken.
oh. All right, in case I disconnect, I just got a message saying my phone needs to cool down because I'm outside, but it's in the shade.
This darn
I don't
heat.
know.
That's really.
Yeah, we'll just keep going until it cuts. If I cut out, then I just wanted to pop in and
Oh,
test
of
out
course, of
new
course.
way of streaming here. Before we do our interview.
Yeah, two
Um,
more weeks. Can you believe the time has flown by that quickly?
all right. Yeah, maybe I'll be down another 5 or 10 pounds by then, hopefully,
Maybe,
and
maybe.
have more of a story to tell.
It's amazing how much story we actually do have. We don't realize the stories until we start telling it.
Yeah,
I
I
think
love
some
hearing
people.
them. They give you hope,
Yeah,
that's
I
for
mean,
sure. And then the proof's in the pudding. I
yeah.
mean, it's like,
I mean
yeah,
that's
oh
and
my god,
that's
it is working for me.
I mean
Just
that's
don't
my
expect
idea
too
is
much.
allow people to tell their stories. Just you know.
Yeah, but back to fat. Ever since I started watching Mitch and how he collects the bacon fat, I cook
Mhm.
everything in bacon fat now.
Yeah.
Even like when my wife makes her homemade meatballs, she's not carnivore, but I'm like, no, you're not cooking it in a pan full of Wesson. Or I'm like, here's a deep deep fry of bacon grease. Cook that,
Yeah. There's
and they don't complain.
yeah. That's one thing I will not allow in my house is Wesson. um,
Yeah,
which is probably one of the
no
reasons
more
why I
seed
actually
oils.
cook, because in that way there's no problem with that if I'm the one cooking. Uh, Amy says that she found the duck fat spray at Walmart. So I guess Gary just cut out, which is fine. Thank you, Gary, for coming on. Um, it takes time to fatten your duck, but if anybody knows how to, Rick, I guess it's you, right? Well, doesn't Dr. Kiltz make French fries, the potatoes, in duck fat? And in case anybody wants to know, I am at 85 right now. And the thing is, it's not dropping quickly. So, it's fair to let you know. It was high this morning. I did take some insulin, and I did work, and did have to take insulin again after work because it went higher. But it's a process. Unfortunately, with the highness, I did have to kind of go back to taking the insulin, but I'm pretty much back to the correction way. So um, it's all good. We all know that it happens sometimes. Um, but I want to make sure that I don't, if at the very least, I don't break the 6.2 A1C. So this is pretty cool. It's good that Gary came on. I know he's going to have a pretty good story in 2 weeks, and I know that Lash will have a very good story on the 29th. So, you know, when I'm, like right now, I'm going to just, I pinned to the top my email address. I don't know if anybody has emailed me at all, but if you have, I will look at it later on. Now, let me actually go out of here, and just do a quick check. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll double check that. All right, so I'm going to allow a couple more minutes, and if anybody else wants to come on, say hello. Uh, and if if not, I'm going to get going soon because I want to make that phone call for the Ticket to Work program. Um, and I hope you guys wish me luck. And like I said, probably unless things change, I won't be doing a live tomorrow because that's Rick's day, and possibly Aaron, and then Sunday is usually Mitch, and now we know Lash is doing a live. So Lash and Rick, and then also later on, if I remember correctly, Amy is doing a live. So um, unless you met another Bob, uh, and of course semi-retired Bob as well at the same time. So a lot of things going on for Sunday. Yeah. All right. Yeah, semi-retired Bob's pretty good. He also does lives too. I forget what, like once every couple of weeks with Dave Mack. I mean, you think about it, a lot of us are getting into the live to the live approach because I think it's a lot easier to do that than to do the videos because there's less editing because like we go live, any mistakes are just going to be made, and that's it. It's more real. People respond to that more, and so on and so on. In fact, that's a pretty good question. In your opinions, before we go, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the videos or do you prefer the lives? I mean, I think I agree with Amy. Editing can take a long time, or even just uploading the videos is. You know, gotta wait, and then you got to erase, do this, do that. So, Bacon Baby, you love the lives, good. Sandy loves the lives, okay. That makes a good point there, Amy. You could all interact. I mean, you can't on a video. You can't tell. Gary went on, just came on. You're not going to be able to do that. That is true too. That's why I do a few, and I've kind of lowered on my videos and my shorts, but I do try to put them out. Just as long as you're not taking a nap while driving, Don. Okay, so I'm going to take it that no one's coming on, so that's fine. That's definitely fine with me. So I'm going to be ending my live now, and I hope everybody has a good weekend. I will definitely see you on Tuesday on the 29th at 5. Lisa says that she likes the lives, but sometimes I'm slow with chatting, shy. Okay. Um, so live, love, heal, and people, for God's sakes, do I have to remind you? Eat the meat.